so first of all, we have to know few details. Okay,
Yes.
IP address, right? So this IP address, what we are
Yes,
talking
sir.
here, okay, this IP address is divided into two parts. One is IPv4 address, and then second one is
Yes. An IPv6. Yes. An IPv6.
IPv6. So first we will come to know about IPv4 address, then we will know about IPv6 address. See, whenever we are talking about any type of network communication,
Okay.
right, we need IPv4 address.
Yes. Okay.
So the first part is, okay, so the first part is that, see, whenever computer needs,
Yes.
whenever communicate, it require IP address. Okay, so when
Yes.
it requires IP address, so IP address, or you can say address, sorry, okay, so it
Yes.
required address. First of all, let's have address. So in computer system, we have two type of address. In computer system, you can say system,
Yes.
there are three types, you can say, types of addresses. And what are those addresses? So first one is physical address, which is known as, you can say, MAC address, right? And this MAC address is of 48 bit hexadecimal
Yes.
number.
Yes.
Okay, second one is
Yes.
computer name. Third, computer name, or you can say sometimes they call as a host name. Each and every device will have these things. And
Yes.
third
Host
one,
name.
yes, third one is logical address, which is known as IP address.
Logical.
Yes. Okay. So let's have a look on these things. So if you open a computer, open a command prompt. So if you're typing like this, see host name. See this, why if you type like this, you'll get the host word for your computer. If you're typing here ipcon or like
Come on.
get mac, get
Abu?
get mac. So if you type this command get mac, so automatically you'll get the mac address of the system. Okay, it will come out.
to get the IP address,
No, 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 MAC address. To get IP address, you can type like this,
get mark.
ipconfig. Okay, so this will be your logical IP address. See, it is written here. Okay, this is your IP
If I,
address.
if I,
I have multiple LAN card in my system. That's why we are
yes,
getting it. I have around
yeah, but
14.
like you said, if I type the get mark,
Yes, get MAC is for MAC address. I don't know why we are. Wait 1 second.
yes,
Get MAC. I don't know why it is hanging. But if you are not getting it with the get MAC, so no problem. You can write
yes.
this command ipconfig.
What I mean is like if I wrote the get mark, but I know already IP configured I got.
No, get MAC is also there. Once again.
Uh, G yes, IP config.
See here. With get MAC, actually, see here. If you will type this get MAC command, see, you will get the MAC address of your devices.
Is it
Here in my system,
is it get space hyphen mark?
no, 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 just get MAC.
Do you have space? No, do you have space within it?
No, 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 no space.
Now what I mean about it, get mark is not recognized as an internal or external
You
command.
have to run with the administrator privilege.
Okay. I have to run with administrator.
Yes. Okay, now let's move here. So if we wanted to know about these,
When I come to this thing, like what I'm saying is like when I wrote I went to CMD on the plane. I run
see, if I want to get MAC address, so you type this command also, no problem. If get MAC is not working, ipconfig space forward slash all. If you type this command also, you will get the output.
yes. Run,
Okay. So what I was saying here,
yes.
whenever you need physical address of a system,
Okay.
right? Then you have to write one command to getting the physical address detail
Yes.
is in the C. Okay, we write physical address
Okay.
get MAC,
Yes.
or there is one more command. Okay, or you can type
Yes.
ipconfig space forward slash all. You can type this command also.
Okay. It's capital G.
No, 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 anything. In command you can type a small. Okay, it's not case sensitive. You can write anything. Okay, now if I want to have the computer name output, so for that you can use this
I'm
command.
writing that, but it's not giving me.
Run command prompt as an administrator, you will get it. Host name. In front of you, when I open
Yeah.
here, see, If I'm writing here ipconfig
Yes.
forward slash, see, I'm getting. If I'm writing this command, cls, wait. If I'm writing get, even capital letter, get Mac.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I am. Yeah. I'm getting. Yes. I'm getting that.
Okay. Okay,
It's
so
giving me physical address. I did that. It's giving me the physical address.
yes,
Yes.
host
And
name, we are
everything.
getting the computer name here. Logical addresses now. Okay, so logical address is very easy. You can just come here and type ipconfig, simple command, which is the popular command what we use every time. Okay,
Yes.
now MAC address, you cannot change the MAC addresses. These MAC address what we are talking here.
Yes.
Okay, these MAC address are
Yes,
non-changeable.
sir.
Okay, and host name is changeable. You can change this host name. Logical IP address is, you can change it. But when we are talking for communication, okay, for communication purpose, we need this logical IP address here.
Yes.
Okay, without this we cannot communicate.
Yes.
Okay, so let's have the detail of this.
Yes.
Number 3. So IPv4 address, you can say IPv4 address is of, or is used for communication. Okay, or you can say it is an IPv4 is numerical address used for host identification, host ident identification in the network.
Who's identification?
Yes, in the network. Means without IP address, your system won't be able to communicate in the network. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then if you're talking about number 4, now as computer understand bit language, so IPv4 address
Okay.
is of 32-bit, 32-bit address.
That is 2 bits. Yeah.
Yes, 32-bit.
Yeah.
IPv4 use uses decimal number for IP addressing for host system or for computers, you can say computers. IPv4, or you can say from 0 to 255 decimal numbers are used for IP addressing. Now IPv4 have 4 octet. Okay, 4 octet means you can say 4 sections. You can say octet,
Yes.
4 sections. Okay, and then you can say each
Four sections. Yeah. Four sections.
octet
Okay.
is having
Okay.
8 bits. That's why 4 octet equal to 32 bit.
Very good. Yeah.
IPv4 address is divided into two part. Okay, and the part first is network part, and then second one is host part.
Yes. Post.
Yes. Now number 9. IP address is IP address has or IP address use some kind of classification. So IP addresses uses
Classification.
IP classifications. And what are those IP classifications means IPv4 addresses are divided into 5 classes. And what are those 5 classes? You can say class A equal to then
A
class,
to,
I'll tell you.
A to E.
Yes, very good. Okay. Now as we are using some kind of numerical number from 0 to 255, so that 255 is divided into 5 classes. So from 0 to 126 is part of class A. Okay, 127 is also part of class A, but it is reserved. Okay, you can say it is reserved. 127 is reserved. Okay, then we have from
That
128, yeah, for loop back testing, 128 to 191.
one.
Yeah, then 192 to 239, then 2402, sorry, 23, 220, 224 to 239, and then 240 240.2.255. Okay, so these are IP classifications, and you have to keep in mind that how it is working. Yes, and it is very much important. If you will have little bit mistake in that, so you won't be able to understand it, because this IP classification is very much important to the people to know who is working in networking. So remember I told you here that we use some kind of range, this range, decimal range, right? See, bits
Yeah.
what we are talking, this bit 32 bit, these bits are for
Yeah.
system, computer, right? Computer understand in bit. But when human wants to assign IP addresses, like maybe I want to assign some IP addresses on VNet 50.
Yes.
So I'll come here to see. Let me come and show you. You can open your network setting in cpa.cpl. Come here, right click, go to properties, and here you can have two options in IPv4. Obtain IP address automatic means this is for DHCP and this is static, right? So whenever we are assigning some IP addresses, so we assign as a decimal numbers, right? Here we are not putting some kind of what you can say like bits. We are just writing it in a decimal form. And here you can see that we have some octet, right? And we have 4 octet.
Is
Okay.
that CPL dot?
Yes.
Is it? Is it CPL dot one?
Okay. Now in number 10. Okay. Now we have to understand, like suppose, for example, if we have a computer here. Okay. So maybe we have computer and we want to assign some IP addresses. Okay. So we'll see how to assign IP address to computer and which IP address will help you to communicate, how to identify a network, okay, that this IP belongs to. So have you seen the range here? We have some, I have written something here that whenever we are talking about IP addresses, right? So the number start from like the classification is from A to E, right? But when we assign IP addresses, we assign IP addresses from 0 to 255. Okay, so here what we are talking, that once we have these IP addresses, right? Now we have to know about the communication process.
Yeah.
Then slowly we'll come to know more about this, right? So and how to identify the IP addresses. That how I will identify which IP addresses can be used. What is the communication models? Okay, so normally till up to now what we have known that
Okay.
IP address is used for communication purpose. Okay, normally we call it as a layer 3 addresses. If you will go in deep of the technology, they call it as a layer 3 address, and MAC address is a layer 2 addresses. So here we understood that IP address is of 32 bit. IP address use some kind of decimal numbers. IP address has 4 octet. Each octet will have 8 bits. IP address is divided into two part. Okay, network part and host part. IP address has 5 classes. Okay, so when we are talking about IP addresses classes, okay, how to identify the classes and IP addresses, which IP address can like will be used for communication. What is broadcast IP address? What is multicast IP address? So we will see these things. Okay. Now, before moving in next section, here, like, see, you have to understand that the numerical number. Okay, what was the numerical number from 0 to 205, right? 0 to 255 was decimal number, right?
255.
Yes. Now, when this T55
Yes.
has divided into 5 classes, right?
But yes.
Okay. So it has been divided into 5 classes. This, you can say this one, class A, B, C, D, like that, right? Okay, fine. So this, when it this one has
Yes.
divided, so bits, the bits what we are talking, so
Yes.
total bit was 32, right? So bits, 32 bits will also be
Yes.
divided to each, divided with
Yes.
each classes.
Yes.
Okay, and now how it will be like that. So if we are talking about class A, okay, so class A is using 8 bits. Okay, class A is using 8 bits,
Okay.
class B is using
Okay.
16 bits, class C is using 24 bits, class D is using 30 32 bits. Now there is no bits, so this class E is used for research, and or you can say it is still under research and development process. Okay, still under research and development. Okay, maybe they are researching how we can use it. So once they move to research this one, after that IPv6 came, so no one is working on this. I understanding, no one is working on this now. Even if you'll check on internet also, there is no details. Okay, so
Okay.
if now understand
Okay.
here.
No one is working in class E.
Yes, yes. But normally when we talk about internet communication, so for internet communication, we use this IP address only, A, B, and C. Okay, A, B, and C is only used for class,
Okay.
yes, networking or internet communication. But if you'll say, okay, why not D? No problem, come here. Okay, what is the range of class D? You can see here. Class D starts from 2 to 4, right? So if I'm coming here,
Class D, yes, 224.
yes, so if you're
224
putting here 2 to 4,
to 2.
see, can you read the error message or notification? 2 to 4 is not a valid entry, right? It's not a valid entry. Please specify a value between 1 and 2 to 3. Okay, so
Yes.
the entry what we have given here, it's not correct. Okay, so see, automatically it selected 223. Okay, so we cannot use more than that, so we are concerned only about ABC. Okay, these are multicast addresses. Okay,
Okay.
now so if we are talking about bits, so if we are using 8 bit, right? Okay, so the subnet mask is like this. Okay, if we are using 16 bit, subnet
Mm.
mask is like this. If we are using 24-bit, the subnet mask is like this, and if we are using 32-bit, the subnet mask is like this. Means there is no free subnet mask for class E. So, okay, okay. Now you will say that, okay, can you explain me? Maybe somebody can ask this one, that okay, why 8-bit equal to, why 8-bit equal to,
Um,
yes, come again.
it's like your side is what is your end is faster, but I'll pick it more from the recording.
Okay, I am saying, if someone will ask from you that why 8-bit equal to,
No, I'm saying from your end it's faster. So when you as you go, I
that maybe if someone will ask this, that why 8-bit, why 8-bit equal to 255, why 16-bit is like that, how this bit is converted into this subnet mask. Like if we are coming to IP address section, right? So if we are, maybe I want to assign some IP address, right? So if I'm assigning some IP address like 10.10.10.10, maybe this is my IP address, right? But when we are coming to subnet section, this IP belongs to which class? Class A, right? So what is the subnet mask? So whenever we are coming to this subnet mask section, automatically it is coming 255. But how it is coming like that? What if it is, maybe if I will write here 190, right? So what will be the subnet mask, right? So if you put here 190.10.10.10, see, and if you are coming to the subnet mask section, so the IP belongs to class B. Okay, so you have, okay, so you have to put that like subnet mask is coming automatically there, right? But those subnet marks is coming from this section. You can see here, you just observe this one. Okay, then I'm going to explain you.
yes. Class A.
Yes.
The-
Okay, so let me explain you, like if we have 8-bit, what will be the subnet mask? So see here. So whenever we are talking about these sections, okay, so as I told you, the IP address is in bits, right? 8-bit. So bit number 1, okay, 8-bit, 1 bit, 1 bit,
yeah.
2-bit, 3-bit, 4-bit, 5-bit, 6-bit, 7-bit, 8-bit, right? Okay. Now these are bits, but when we start counting these bits, right? Okay, so
Yes.
if you are starting, uh, if you are starting to count something, right? Okay, like so in digital form, so you always start
Yes.
counting from zero, right? Are you understanding? People, when
Yes.
people start counting
Yes.
something in digital form, okay, so they start counting from zero, right? So like zero, you can say here, zero, one,
Yes.
two, three, four, five, six, and seven.
Yes.
Okay. Now you, maybe if you know about some bit and binary calculation, right? So these numbers are in bits, right?
Yes.
These are in bits.
Yes.
So bit has some value, okay? So bit
Yes.
base is 2, okay? So they use this as a base. So 2 to the power 7, then
Yes.
here also 2 to the power 6,
It is put it first, 6.
yeah, 2 to the power 5,
It is power 4. It is power 3.
2 to the power 1, and then 2 to the power 0, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you will calculate it, 2 to the power 7, right?
Yes.
So 2 to the power 7 is how much?
Yes.
Yes,
Uh,
128, right?
I'm not having a calculator here.
Yes, 128 plus,
128.
yeah,
Yes.
2 to
Yes.
the power 6 is 64, plus 2 to the power 5 is,
Let me choose. Let me 64.
mm,
32.
same like this, right? 8
Then 8.
plus 4
Yes.
plus
4. And
2
2.
plus 1. So if you're bringing it
1. Yes.
here, 128 plus 64 plus 32, okay. Normally, these are not required for everyday calculation, but you have to understand it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is not a part of daily life calculation. It's not that every day you come in the office and you start doing calculation, no. But this is just for understanding.
Yes.
So now when you have 8 bit and when we are calculating all these bits, okay, so total is 255. So 8, now we came to know here
Then
that,
right.
now
Yes.
we came to know that 8 bits equal to 128. This we know, right? No, sorry.
180.
8 bit equal to
Yes.
255. Sorry. Now we know this 8 bit equal to 25. Okay, so now my question will be 8 bit equal to 255. So these 8 bits are on, but how many bits you have total in IP address? In IP address, how many bits are
Here.
there? Total bits.
We have 32 bits.
32 bits, very good. So when we are talking about 255, so when we are talking about class A section, so in class A, 8 bits are on. So when 8 bits are on,
Yeah.
means like this: 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dot 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it will look like this. Are you understanding? Normally when we talk about this, see, for us we are understanding in decimal, always keep in mind, but how
All
computer
zeros.
is
Yes.
understanding, I'm writing that one.
Yes.
Okay, so computer will be understanding these things like this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 8 bit equal to 255. Okay, fine.
Yes.
But now if someone will say that, okay, if I'm using class B, this one
Yes.
is for
Yes.
class A, I understood it. But if someone will say that if they are using 16 bits, okay, if 16 bits is on, then what will be the value? Tell me. So 16 bit,
Eight. Yes. In class. Yeah, 16. This means the first and the second will be on, and the last two will be off.
yes, I'm understanding this 16 bit. So what will be the subnet mask? See, in the class A, the subnet mask was like this, right?
And 16 is going to be
255.0.0.0
64.
dot 0 dot 0, right? Okay, if it is 8 bit, right?
No, it's 64.
But here if it is 16 bit, so 8 bit equal to
It will be 32,
255,
right?
like this. Okay, but if someone is using
Yes. Yes.
third
Yes.
24 bit,
Yes. Yes.
okay,
I have that.
if someone is using
Yes. That's
20,
255, the 255, then the 0, the 0.
yes,
That's for the 16 days.
but if someone is using 24 bits, so
24. 24 will,
yes, tell me.
the, the first two will be on, and then the midway of the second, if somebody is using 24 bits, this means the first and the second will be on, then the third one, the first four will be on, and then the last four will be off, and then 0. 255 dot 255 dot. No, why would it already last the third 255?
Yes, because this, see, total bit, how many bits? 8 bit equal to 255, right?
Yes.
Okay, and 16 bit equal to 255, 255. 24 is 255.
The two five. Yes.
255, 255. So this is the subnet mask. Okay.
Okay. Yes. The number is 255.
Yes. So
Yes.
now here one condition will come. Now understand the condition. This we have understood. This is the subnet mask. Okay. Output subnet mask. Now here,
Yes.
if I have two computers in the network, computer A, so here I am using A, and this is our computer B. Okay. Now if this both computer wants to communicate together, right? Okay, if you want to create communication between these two devices, okay, so how communication is going to work? So understand here. Suppose if I'm using something, like suppose I'm using,
They will have to be on.
yes, tell me.
Yeah, both of them will be on the same network for them to communicate.
Yes, very good. Okay, so first section is the computer must belongs to same class. The computer,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yes,
They must belong to the same class.
must belong to same class. First thing, first is same class. Second is must be a part of
The
same
same network.
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 Yes. Third is must be with in a same subnet is the same thing. Must be a part of same subnet. It's the same thing. Okay, network or subnet is the same thing. Fourth is
Okay.
okay IP in IP address section address all
Yeah.
host part. Okay, okay, before host
Yes.
part okay, after this I'll explain you in IP address which part is host and which part is network. Okay, so first understand this one. I in IP address,
Okay.
in IP address you can say in IP address all host part cannot be 0, all host part. Now again the number fifth, in IP address all
Hmm.
host part cannot
Yeah,
be
all has to be
255. Now you will say that okay, which one is host part, which one is network part? No problem. Come here. Okay, now tell me
Yeah.
the first one. The first one
You
belongs
have
to
to read the first one. Yeah, the first one.
class A, right?
The first one belongs to the host. Yes, class A. Yes.
Okay, class B, class C,
And class B.
right? Now D is not there. Now So if I'm talking about class A right
Yeah.
now, okay. So in
Yeah.
class A, which is a network part, which is a host part. So the whenever you see 255, 25 is known as network part, and the host area whenever you find
Yeah.
0, that is
The
host.
network. Yes.
Yeah, that is host, that is host.
The zeros.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, in class B, how many network?
The first two networks.
Yes, very good. And then host dot host. Okay. Okay, now here in class C, network, network,
Yeah. Three networks
network, and host, right?
and one host.
Yes. So here
Yes.
now, if you'll check the last two statement 4 and 5, in IP address, all host part cannot be 0. So if I'm talking about this IP address, maybe I'm writing 10.10.10.10. So this IP belongs to which class?
That's class one.
Class A, right?
Yes. Yes. The first class. Yeah. Class one. Class A.
Class A. Okay. So I just wrote this IP address. So now tell me, this IP address is a correct IP address or wrong IP address?
This is a class A net say IP.
Yes. So this IP is
No,
correct IP. No
no.
problem
It
in
should be
this
that's
IP.
10.10.
I'm saying
No,
that
that's zero. It has be, no. It should be 10.10.0. It's wrong.
this IP is wrong IP.
Yes.
Why?
Because like it's the all values like whether you is 10 dot it should be like maybe like 10.10.0.1 or so starting.
No, I can write any IP. No problem. Okay. Now tell me this 20.20.20.20.
Okay. Um. No, no, I don't think this is correct. I think it should be like dot something. Yeah, but it's also correct since it's like it maybe it's like if it falls on a particular host as an IP.
Yes, this IP is correct. No problem.
Yes, yes. In case it's correct, but it can fall on a particular host.
Yeah, see, you never think that IP address will start like this 10.0.0.1. No, okay. I can write anything 10.100.250.10. Now tell
Okay.
me, is it a correct IP or wrong IP?
Okay. Yeah, it's correct.
It's correct IP address. Okay. Now see
Okay.
why and where we have to use what. See, if I'm writing any IP address, so what is the limitation of class A?
Yeah.
Class A will start from you can say 0 is not in use, so you can say
It's
1
one. It's one zero to one to
1 to 126, right?
yeah 1 to 126.
Okay, so if I'm writing IP address,
Yes. Yes.
okay, so if I'm writing this IP address like
Yes.
129.255.255.20.10. Okay, now tell me this IP is
That's
correct.
a class. That's That's a class B. It's a class B IP.
Okay, and this IP is correct, no problem.
Yes, it's in class B. Yes.
Okay, now see, always keep in mind, good. Suppose if I'm writing class A IP address, so if I'm writing 111 dot 255 dot 255 dot 0 or 10. Now tell me, this is the correct IP address?
One, two, that is five. Yes, it's correct.
Correct IP address. Okay, now
So
I'm
long as the last
saying
one is not 250, it's correct. So long as the last digit, yes,
it's correct IP. Now I'm saying that, okay, can I use,
yes.
now tell me this IP is a correct IP?
No, when like no, this is correct, but then it's in class B and which is not used.
Okay, class D. Okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So if I'm writing the IP address 10 dot 0 dot 10 dot 0, now tell me, is it a correct IP?
Uh, yes,
Means you can assign this IP address.
yes, it can be assigned.
So means you can assign this IP address to the system.
Yes,
Okay. 10 dot 0 dot 100 dot 0. Now about what about this one?
yes, it's still correct.
Okay, very good. Now if I'm writing 10 dot 255 dot 255 dot 0.
Yes, it's still correct.
Okay, 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 255.
Yes, now I think it should become it's stop at 254.
No, is correct. See what I told you. In class
Yes,
A, how many host section you have?
yes. Whole section is three.
3, right? So read the number 4 and number
Yes,
5. Section number 4 and number 5. It is clearly written that in IP address, right, all host part cannot be 0. So how many host part
yeah.
is
The
there?
whole cannot be zero.
Yes. So see, if I'm writing like this, for
Uh,
example, if I'm writing the IP like
yes,
this, 0
yeah.
0 0 is not correct
The,
IP, is wrong,
yeah, this is wrong.
is wrong.
Yes,
Okay, now, but if I'm writing 10 dot 0
yes.
dot,
Okay. No, Mr. J.
yeah,
Yes, I was saying like let's say like okay from the third one where you have 10.0.0.255. Now I was looking at 255 as the last number,
no, no, no.
as the last number in the yes, last number of IP. I think that one is I was saying maybe that one cannot be used. Maybe it will stop at 54,
Yes. So
254.
slowly, slowly you will know about this is the correct IP address, no problem. Okay, see, this is
Okay.
wrong, this is correct. Okay,
Yes.
only this is the wrong IP address. Now, okay, now again, if I'm writing a new IP address, for
Yes.
example, I'm writing like this 10 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255. Now tell me, is it a correct IP or wrong IP?
It's correct.
No, it's wrong. I said, see, how many section is there in class A?
Yeah.
Host section.
No, I think in class A there are three hosts.
So I
But
said
the is it
all
not is the
host.
255 not a host?
Yeah, no, I'm no. See, I'm talking about this
Yeah,
sec.
this one is a host.
This is also host part. This is also host
Yes,
part.
that's a host.
Yes, so in host part, see, normally,
Yes.
let me write. No problem. Sometimes people don't understand, so we can write it. Okay, and this one is network, right? This is known as network in class A, right?
Yes.
So if I'm writing 10
Yes.
dot,
Yes.
so this is network, 255 is host, 255 is a host part,
Yes.
255. So
Host.
I have written in the class
Yes.
number 5
Yes.
section that in IP address, right, all host part cannot be 255. So this is wrong, right?
Okay.
Yes, this is wrong IP. Okay. But if someone will write like this 10 dot 0.255.255, no problem. Even it will write like this 10 dot
Okay.
255.2550 is correct, no problem. 10.00255 is
Okay.
correct. Are you getting?
Okay.
You cannot use 3
Yes,
0
sir.
and 3 255. So do you have 3 0 here?
Okay. No.
Okay, do you have 3? So here is saying that in class A we have three host parts. So I cannot use 3 0 and I cannot
Yes.
use 3255.
Yes, because it's 302.
Yes, after that whatever IP address I am
Okay.
using,
Okay. Okay. I understand.
yes. So after that whatever IP
It's
address I am
correct.
using, it's a correct one.
Okay. Okay. I understand.
This is wrong, this is wrong,
Okay.
and
I
others are
understand, sir.
correct. All is correct.
I understand.
Okay. Okay. Now let me give you class B's test. Okay. Okay. So class B is network.network.host.host. Okay. So in class B, how many
Okay. Sure.
host part is there? Two host part, right?
Two house paths. Yes.
So if I'm writing like 172.16.0.0, now tell me, is it a correct IP or wrong IP?
Your host, your screen is on. Is off. I can't see your screen.
Okay, now tell me, how many host section is there in class B? Two host section, right?
There are two. Yeah, two hosts.
Two host section. Okay, now tell me, so the IP what I have written here, is it a correct
Yes.
IP or wrong IP?
Yeah, it's correct. No, but no, no. It is wrong.
Is wrong. Very good. If I'm writing 180.0.150.0, now tell me,
It is wrong.
is correct. See this part.
No, because there's no host. This one is that one a host? The zero. Is it a
See,
host?
this two part is host, but in this host part, did I use 20?
Yeah. No, 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 not two zeros. It's one
Yes.
one zero.
Yes. So the formula is for net host area, not for the network area, right? Okay. Now if I'm writing like this,
Yes.
150.255.255.0. Now tell me,
Well, yeah, that's okay.
yeah, very good.
It's correct.
Yes. So if I'm writing like 190.0.0.255, now tell me,
Yeah, it's
is correct? No problem.
yes, it's okay. It's correct.
But if I will write like this,
No, no, but there's no the second. Yeah, it's correct. Yes, yes.
and if I'm writing like this, now tell me, is it a correct IP or wrong IP?
Um, So the last value has not yet come out. Let me check. The value has not yet come out. You just give 172.255.0. I don't see what is the last value. Okay, 255. Yeah, it's correct.
Yes, very good. Now, but if someone will write like this 172.16.255, now tell me, is it a correct IP or wrong IP?
One, wait, just hold on. It has not come out yet. That's 16.255. Yeah. 16 no, no, it's wrong.
Yes, very good. Okay. Okay, now we are taking example of
It's wrong. Yeah, yeah,
class C. Okay, the last one. So in class C, we have network.network.network
yeah.
dot host. Now, if I'm
Dot
writing
host.
like this 192.150.250.255. Now tell me, is it a correct IP or wrong IP?
No, it's wrong.
Very good. Why? Yes, why?
But the 250, you cannot have the host. You can
Yes, in class C, there will be only single host. That's why in the last
have the
bucket,
host as 255.
yes. So if I'm writing like this 192.168.10.0, now tell me,
Yeah.
okay. So this in class C, whatever you will write here, 255 wrong, 0 wrong, this is wrong. But here you can only use, here you use no problem, 0 dot 0 dot no problem. This is
The
wrong.
thing is, zero. No, zero is, yeah, zero is still wrong. Well,
Yes,
zero is very zero. Then is like no host.
yes, very good. Okay, so this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And what about the last one?
Wrong. Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's 192.0.0.1. Yeah, it's okay. It's correct.
Is correct, right? Okay, fine. Okay. So, see, we are done
That's
with
a host.
the small, like little introduction about IP addresses. Okay. And the brief, means you can say the brief introduction of IP addresses.
Yes.
And slowly, slowly, we will be moving to IP section. Means like tomorrow we will be completing IP section.
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes,
then
sir.
after that, we will be moving into routing. Okay.
Yes.
Tomorrow
Yes.
we will work on practical session of IP
Okay.
address.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.